Hi, welcome to Robyn's Mobile Roost. Today I am in my winter roost down in Lake Wales, Florida. It's a sunny day here, a little bit cool, in the 50s. I know my family up in Minnesota is like 0 degrees and feet of snow in the yard. So I probably shouldn't rub it in too much. Today I'm making a fun split front card fold, and we're going to use the Share a Milkshake bundle. Great for Valentine's Day and those of us who love ice cream. So we're going to be making this fun card, which actually cuts the card front apart and then uses the pieces like a puzzle. You move them around and remake the card front. So let's flip the camera and start stamping. So first I wanted to show you the Share a Milkshake stamp set and dies. So there's all these fun images and some cute greetings. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Stampin' Up, the way we package our stamps. The photopolymer ones have these cool pictures of your stamps inside, and you can stick them right onto the inside of the case, and you can see which ones are missing. I love that feature. It's helped me a lot to not put sets away without all the stamps in them. And then we have the matching dies, and there are, it cuts out the straw and the foam, and we've got the spoon, the cherry, the bowls, and then there's also a couple of extra dies that you can do fun 3D things with. This one you can make the, oh gosh, I can't think of what you call those cones. Waffle cones? Maybe that's it. And then we've got this fun waffle type image. So those are really cool, and we're going to be using some of them on this card. And if you're looking in the catalog, you can find it in the mini catalog. I'll show you the cover, because I know if you're like me, you look for things by the cover, right? It's the purple one, and there's always fun ideas in the catalog. So always, if you're trying to jumpstart your ideas, of course you can always look at Pinterest and videos, but the catalog is a great place. And here you can see how that waffle cone comes together to make a 3D waffle cone. So for this card, I'm not exactly sure what it should be called, but I called it a split front fun fold. And I have all my bits and pieces here. So you start with a narrow top fold card base. So you're just cutting it at 4 1/4, and it's 11 inches long. And then you're going to come in and, I don't have my bone folder here, but pretend I rub that good with my bone folder. And then we're going to cut off the front. Let's see if I can get this so you see it. First, we're going to cut off 1.5 inches, and I have to read my measurements here on my slip to make sure I get it right. So we're going to cut off 1.5 inches, and then we're going to cut off another 2.5 inches. And then we're going to use these pieces to make the front in a different way. So we have this little bit left on the top. This is our front. I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay, so then let's go ahead and stamp our images, because we need them to start doing this, do our front. So we're going to start with some Flirty Flamingo and do our background image. And I haven't quite got duplicates of all my ink pads yet, so I'm using my little spots. They work great for traveling, because right now I am in my winter home in Florida. I'm so excited that we got this. So there's our Flirty Flamingo, and then we're going to do this one with the Poppy Parade. And I haven't stamped with this set for a week or so, which is about all it takes for me to forget how to do things. So I think what I need to do is line up this top corner. And I'm going to try to keep my head out of the screen so you can see it. Some of these two-step stamps, you'll find that there's like 1 or 2 spots that you need to line up, if you can remember what they are. Looks like I missed a little bit, but we're going to call it good. Should have been up a little bit higher and over. And then we also need the straw, which is a 2-step, and the foam. Okay, so we want to start with the solid straw in the Flirty Flamingo. I'm doing the lighter color. And then the swirly lines. Oh, this one's going to be tough with to not get my head in it. That's pretty close. And then the foam we're going to do in the Flirty Flamingo. So I like to pick 2 similar colors, a light one and a dark one for this particular 2-step, which is usually what you do. Sometimes you can actually use the same color. When you stamp it over twice, it'll get darker. Now I need to go cut these out. I will be back in a minute. Okay, so now we have our pieces all cut. And we're going to layer them. This piece is, let me find the measurements so I can tell you. It is 2 1/4 by 4. So this is what we're going to put our milkshake pieces on. And I lost the straw already. Oh, there it is. The straw is going to go in this little slot. Isn't that cool? There's a little slot for the straw to go into. Like that. But you know what? And let's add a little Wink of Stella to this before we put it together. Not sure if you can see the glitter on there. It never quite shows up right in pictures. It shows as little dots almost. Okay, so then we need the little greeting piece. We may as well layer all this together at once. So I've got, put the celebrate on here. We're celebrating Valentine's Day, I think, with this card. I'll take any reason for some ice cream. And we'll take our little 3/4 by 2 inch piece to layer underneath. And we'll just put a quick zip of Stampin' Seal on here. Now if you wanted, you could pop this up with dimensionals. I'm going to leave my greeting flat, but pop up my milkshake. So we're going to slide this in here. I love this cute little slot for the straw. It's kind of fun. And then let's pop these up. Let's hope I left it down enough for my just put one of them over there so it'll kind of hold that down so it can't slide out, so we don't lose our straw. And next we need, see, that's not our piece. Yes, it is. So this is going to be the largest piece that you cut off from here. You're going to layer under here, so you're going to actually use that piece to put your card front back together. So that's the larger piece that you cut off the front. And then we have a piece of black that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/2, and this will just make it really set off nice. I love red and black and white. Oops. So this is going to be the center of our card. And we need our designer series paper next, which I forgot to cut. I will be back in just a little bit. So I'm going to be using some of the pretty country gingham designer series paper from the mini catalog. And if you cut the, they come in 6 by 6 pieces. If you cut it 4 inches and then cut your 4 strips that you need, you end up with one narrow one. There it is. And that one I'm going to use 2 on the inside. So we're going to put these. Okay, this is our piece that we cut off the bottom, and it's going to go back on the bottom. So we need pieces of DSP on both sides of that, and then on both sides of this little flap on the top of our card base. So you can see we've used all 4 of our little strips. Then I also have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white for our inside. We can go ahead and put that down right away. If you want, you can stamp it first, just in case you make a mistake. I'm going to be brave today, which is probably a silly thing to do since I've made a few mistakes already. And then this one, which is that extra piece that we had, we're going to put at the bottom here. So we'll just line that up. Now when we put our card front back together, we're going to simply line up this extra piece on the bottom, put some adhesive across both ends of this piece. Hope we get it straight the first time. See, it's a tricky part for me because I always worry so much about it and then muck it up somehow. So just center that and then go ahead and rub it down good. And then it'll flip up to the inside of your card. Now we can do our greeting on the inside. And I'm using the Life is Sweeter with You. You could also do the Be My Valentine, would also be very cute in here. But we're going to use this one. And hope we don't muck it up since we already adhered this down, right? And then just because it's so darn cute, we're going to take the little cherry and add a cherry in here too. Maybe we should add another one up in the corner. I just think these cherries are cute. There is actually a cherry punch in the big catalog as well. And I can't think of the name of the stamp set, but you can buy it as a bundle with a cherry stamp set. Oh, and I should have had that up a little higher. Drat. Remember when you stamp that you want to have it up so it doesn't show when you close your card. I thought I had it up high enough. Lesson learned. Don't do what I did. Okay, and then you could put some gems around here, which I was planning on doing. Let me go find those. Now, I used all of my colored opal rounds up, but I want these to be pink. I haven't done this for a while, but let's see how it works. I know you can color them with your Stampin' Blends. So I want to have 3 pink ones. So it looks like bubbles off of our foam from our milkshake. Okay, we'll let that dry for just a second. And I forgot, there's this little piece in between here. Now you could leave it blank, but if you wanted, it's to cut a little white piece or maybe another DSP piece. It's 2 1/4 by 2 1/2, and I've done a piece of white and then just embossed it with some stars. And I think this embossing folder might be called Split Textures, but I'm not positive. It's an old one. Oh, every time I close that card, I'm going to see that cherry peeking through. Remember, up high. Your greeting and your cherries up high. Let's see, where else would we have? Maybe way down here. It's almost hit the table, right? I like to kind of do my my embellishments in 3s and kind of in triangles too. So here is our split front fun fold. Think of all the different things you could do with this. You could even cut your strips in different widths. And if you're watching this before January 10th, 2023, I actually have a creative cards in the mail class that you can get for free with the purchase of this stamp set. So if you don't care for this stamp set, you can also just purchase anything from the catalog that you want for a minimum of $40, and I will send you that. Simply use hostess code MJRJGV9B and by January 10th, and then I'll send you these pre-cut pieces. So hope you have a great time today. Get a chance to stamp, and thanks for stopping by at the Roost.